Hey guys, my name's Ed and I'm the founder of Trail Pursuit, and I just wanted to say a big thank you for signing up to our trail race in St Agnes in Cornwall, taking place on the 5th of August. We've got a half marathon, a 10k, a 5k and a kids 1 mile. And the purpose of this video is to take you through the routes in more detail, go through the mandatory kit and other essential information, which Kev and Emma are going to run through. And then I'm going to jump back on and go through some of the festivities surrounding the yoga and ice baths and food and drink.
Hi, I'm Emma and I will be leading the race and the volunteers at Trail Pursuit Cornwall on Saturday the 5th of August. Today we'll go through the registration process, the mandatory kit, medical and the aid stations. Registration for all 4 distances, that is the half marathon, the 10k, the 5k and the kids 1 mile, will be open on Friday from 2 till 8 p.m. and then on Saturday morning before the race from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. So once you arrive on site and you're parked up, if you head over to the registration tent, where our wonderful volunteers will get you checked in. So don't need to bring anything. Once you arrive at the registration tent, you will receive your race bib, which will have your timing chip attached to the back, some safety pins, and you'll have your kit checked. We'll go through that in a moment. If you've ordered any Trail Pursuit merch, such as the t-shirts, buffs, whistles, and bottles, in advance, you can pick it up from registration. There is also an opportunity to buy these items either through cash or card. We want all athletes to have an incredible adventure and race at Trail Pursuits Cornwall, and for this reason, we've put in generous cut-offs. Cut-off time for the half marathon is 4 hours. There is a hard cut-off at aid station 2, which is at 11 kilometers into the race, and this is at 11:30 in the morning, so 2.5 hours after the start. For the 10k, there is a 2-hour cutoff, and for the 5k, there is a 1-hour cutoff. The routes will be fully signposted with arrows and flags, and we'll also have stewards out on the course. We would also advise you to have a GPX file downloaded onto your GPS device if you have one. So you've registered, you've had your kit checked, and you're ready to go. The half marathon will be setting off at 9 a.m, the 10k will be setting off at 10 a.m, and the 5k will be setting off at 11 a.m. Please arrive to the start area 15 minutes before the race begins. Once here, you'll have your mandatory kit mark checked on your race bib by a volunteer. Please ensure that you've not removed any items. There will then be a short 5-minute race briefing and warm up from our MC. She'll be going through any safety points, reminders not to litter, reminders that the roads are not closed and therefore you do not have priority over the cars. So please wait and cross when it is safe to do so. From here, you'll then be placed in waves of 30 people, which will set off every couple of minutes. So if you're a faster runner, please head to the front for an earlier wave. If you want to take your time and enjoy the day out, head to a later wave. So all 3 of our races at Trail Pursuit Cornwall have a mandatory kit in place. This is for your comfort in case the weather changes suddenly on the coast, which it can do, but also for safety. If you have an injury and you are unable to move, need to keep warm until we can get help to you. So all runners in the half marathon must have the following kit. If you do not have the required kit at registration when you check in, you will not be able to race on the Saturday. So for bright conditions, we require all athletes to have a whistle. These can be purchased at registration if necessary. A fully charged mobile phone, which is switched on. High energy snacks, such as gels or bars. 1 litre of liquid. A personal cup or bottle. We do not have cups at aid stations. And a windproof jacket. The weather forecast will be checked in advance and you'll be told either beforehand or at registration if wet kit is needed. If that is the case, it is the same items as bright conditions, plus waterproof jacket and trousers, a spare base layer, and hat or buff and gloves. Again, please bring your full kit to registration where it will be checked by a volunteer and a mark will be made on your race number. This will be checked on Saturday morning as you enter the start area. For the 10k and the 5k, again, mandatory kit, but it's a smaller number of items. So you will need a windproof coat, a fully charged mobile phone, which is switched on, and a personal cup or bottle. Again, these items will be checked at registration and a mark will be made on your race number. If you do not have these items, you will not be able to race.
Hi there, I'm Kev, the routes manager at Trail Pursuit, and I'm going to share with you a quick overview of all of the routes on offer at Trail Pursuit Cornwall. All routes start and end in the same place and cover the same trails. I'll cover all the routes as one, explaining when and where they meet or split. You'll start in our main event field in waves of 30 so that trails don't get too congested. Once you leave the field, you'll turn left onto a small road that will be closed, so there's no traffic to worry about, and you will then turn left into a small car park before weaving your way to the coastal path. This path is a mix of wide trails and single track. If you need to pass on the single track, please alert the runner in front by saying passing on your left or passing on your right. And if you're the runner in front, please move to the opposite side to let the faster runner through. In general, there will be a keep right policy on all of the route, so passing should take place on the left. Once on the coastal path, you'll pass the stunning tow and rope pumping engine house at Wilcoats before turning inland just before Chapel Porth. The 10k will go right here to Chapel Porth, and the 5k and the first lap of the half marathon will go left and up the hill. At the top of the hill, you'll turn onto a road for approximately 100 metres, so please take care and follow marshal directions. You'll run through Beacon Cottage Farm before tackling the beacon for the first time, which at 192 metres is the highest point on the route with stunning views. At the bottom of the beacon, the 5k will cross the road to the finish, and the half marathon will turn right around the beacon towards St Agnes Town. They'll cross a small road and will be greeted by the first aid station before continuing into St Agnes Town. Hopefully it's a sunny Saturday and St Agnes Town will be busy, so take care through the town, especially when descending the Stippy Stappy. Once through the town, you'll encounter another short road section before doubling back and taking a gorgeous forested track back to the coastal path at Trevenant's Cove, where you'll rejoin the coastal path heading back towards St Agnes Head and Aid Station 2. If you're in a half marathon, you'll be on familiar ground by now as you pass the event village. And if you're in a 10k, I'm about to describe your route. Half marathoners will pass Wilcoats for a second time, and this time they'll descend into Chapel Porth. When you get to Chapel Porth, please go behind the cafe building and not through the car park. There are toilets here if you need them. On the way out of Chapel Porth, turn right up the hill and keep right as there will be runners descending this hill too. At the top of the hill, keep right and follow the coastal path to Porthtowan and Aid Station 3. This lovely little surf town will be extremely busy, so take care, and there are also toilets here if required. After the Aid Station, ascend the hill at the back of the car park and weave your way across the heathland back to Chapel Porth. You'll go down the hill you came up earlier, so again, keep right, and at the bottom of this hill, you're going to head right and through the valley. At the end of this valley, you'll turn left through a lush forest with a babbling stream running down the left-hand side. And then at the end of this section, you will turn left across a couple of roads before tackling the beacon for the second time if you're in the half marathon, or the first time if you're in the 10k. After the beacon, it's a fast downhill across the road and all the way back to the start for a well-earned beer and medal.
To keep you fueled and hydrated on the course, we have 3 feed stations on the half marathon and 1 feed station on the 10k route. On the half marathon, the aid stations are approximately 5.5, 11 kilometres and 15 kilometres, and on the 10k, roughly halfway around at 5.3 kilometres. All the aid stations are fully stocked with the following items: water, Styrker bars, Styrker carb mitts and electrolytes, Styrker gels, bananas and sweets. A massive thank you to our nutrition sponsor Styrker for supplying our aid station nutrition. Be prepared, we will not have cups at the feed station, so you must have a collapsible bottle, cup or hydration pack to refill and carry water.
Moving on to some of the festivities now, to kick off with, so on Friday the 4th of August, race registration will be open between 3 and 8 p.m. And then on Saturday the 5th of August, race registration is also open between 7 and 10 a.m. And then you've obviously got your races. Hopefully you have an amazing experience. And afterwards you'll be able to get stuck in with a variety of festivities. So we've got yoga. So there's going to be some vinyasa flow yoga, which Hannah will be teaching. And these will be running throughout the whole day. And while we're in the kind of wellness space, we've got Sivo Wellness, who will be offering ice baths and saunas, so you can cool off. And we've also got a number of athlete talks. So Ben Turner's going to be speaking about fitness and nutrition for running and how to optimize your fitness and nutrition. There's also a talk on an intro to navigation. So if you're interested in learning about, using a compass and spending more time out in the trails and the hills, then that could be a really, really good one to check out. You'll be able to find those information and times in the race packs. We've also got a variety of food and drink traders. So we've got Mexican pizza, we've got a bar, there's coffee, cake and ice cream, a whole selection. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing day. So it's all taking place at New Downs Farm, which overlooks the sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Really, really beautiful setting. And yeah, a couple of other things. So we've got the Sports Expo. So Sturka, the nutrition brand, are going to be joining us, and they're sponsoring Trail Pursuit Cornwall, and they'll be providing you with a variety of nutrition, gels, bars out on the course, and they'll also have a stand in the event. Malvern Company will be there as well, who do awesome caps and apparel. And Smash Drinks will be providing some beers. So yeah, there's a whole variety, but we cannot wait to see you. Fingers crossed we get some amazing weather, and best of luck with your races. Cheers, guys.